That's the serve. Probably the most important part of tennis, but only one of the things that we'll learn today. Tennis over the last 20 years has evolved into a world-class sport with some of the athletes being the most recognizable in the world. I think we've all seen pictures of Andre Agassi and Anna Kournikova. Today we're going to learn the basics which could allow your child to become the next champion. Stay tuned and you can learn how you can help your child get those fundamentals. There are three key elements to a serve. The first is your toss, making sure that your toss is high enough so that you can get full extension up to the ball. The second is knee bend so that you're getting explosion with your lower body. And the third is acceleration of the racket through the point of contact. What we're going to see now is Kevin Ryan working with some of the students in our program on serves. One of the things that Suzanne has to do is she has to concentrate on getting her toss out in front so that she can use her legs and use her body weight to get out into the shot. Probably the hardest thing for a young person to learn is how to serve. There's probably more pieces to the mechanics of a successful serve than any of the other strokes. As you can see, with all of the different pieces, she has to have her racket back. She has to throw her toss in the right place. She has to make sure that she bends her knees and gets full extension. The biggest reason for having a really good serve is that every point starts with a serve, and it's the only time that you get to hit the ball out of your hand in an entire tennis match. So you have total control of what's going on. Suzanne has to really concentrate on keeping her toss out in front. You can see that when her toss is too far behind her, she can't generate enough power to get the ball to the net. One of the things to know about serves is that you can throw the ball up, and if it's not in the right place, you can catch it as many times as you need to before you actually hit the serve. That was a great serve. Roland's a more advanced student, and he's been working hard on his serve. One of the big things that we're trying to do is to make it a little more simple, to get him to really extend out and to use his legs and not just his shoulder for all of his power. Still got to work, get a little more drive with those legs. Not quite so much arm, but that's better. It's a good serve, getting great pronation. Pronation is the turning of the forearm through the serve, which is where a lot of the power is generated from. Serving is oftentimes the last thing to come around in a player's game. It requires a lot of upper body strength that many younger kids do not have. See how he's using his legs and lands on that front foot. Teresa gets great extension. She uses her legs and she really snaps up through the serve, getting that full extension, which allows her to get power. As Teresa's toss is pretty much in the same place every time, that she doesn't have to go running around chasing it, wondering where it's going to be, which allows her motion to stay fluid. Good. Even when she's throwing her toss a little further back, they're still out in the court, though, and in front of her. She's really used those legs to generate power. The key to generating power and consistency on your ground strokes has to do with first motion, which is rotation of your trunk, which loads the muscle groups necessary to provide power, balance when striking the shot, and complete follow-throughs on each and every shot. The biggest change in tennis over the last 20 years has been the speed and power at which the game is played. New racket technology has made it so that your average junior today can strike the ball as hard and as clean as the pros of 20 years ago. We're gonna work a little bit with Sarah on forehands, and you'll see what we're talking about. First thing that we wanna do is what? What's the very first motion on a forehand? Is to step off and rotate your shoulders, okay? Then little cha-cha-cha steps to get balanced, and then accelerate through your shot, rotate your hips and shoulders. Here we go, ready, open, ready, hit, good, with my cha-cha-chas, back to the baseline. Ready, open, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, and throw, good. And again, ready, open, cha-cha-cha, and throw. Ready, again, here we go, open, and drive through it, good, balance, all the time. Balance is key to being successful at any athletic endeavor. Good, here we go. Open, ready, hit, good shot. And again, good, and drive through it. That's a great balls. Open, hit, good. Really concentrate on being balanced. Good, and full extension all the way through every ball. Good, open, ready, hit, good. Open, ready, hit, good. Extend all the way out through. Good. There's a big ball. Good. Big ball. Good job. Don't smother the ball. You need to be a little bit back from the bounce of the ball so that it can come up into your strike zone. Good. That's a great shot. Ready. Hit. Good. Here we go. Want to be able to take every ball, no matter how it's hit at us, and get a full swing. Get the racket back early. Accelerate all the way through the ball. Ready. Hit. Good shot. And again. Good. And drive through it. That's a great balls. We're going to work with Ethan. Ethan has an Eastern forehand grip, which allows him to hit flatter balls and more driving balls. It's a more traditional grip, which isn't used a lot today, but it allows him some versatility, which some other grips don't. Your power is going to be generated by core strength, which comes from your first motion, which is the coiling of your body and then uncoiling. It's much like stretching a rubber band in order to shoot it. If you don't stretch the rubber band and let go, it falls to the ground. You have to stretch it out first, and then when you let it go, the power is generated through. Here we go, out of the air, rapid fire. Sorry. Ready, coil, finish. Good, finish every one. Good, ready, hit, good. Drive it, ready, hit, good. Hit, good. Move, hit, and recover. Good, the first step that he takes should always be with his right foot. He wants to step off and rotate his shoulders. He doesn't want to try and step across his body and get his feet all tangled up. Ready, rotate. Good, here we go. Open, ready, hit. Good shot. Open, ready, hit. Good, and again. Open, ready, hit. Good, here we go. Open, ready, hit. Good, one more time. Open, ready, hit. Good shot. Austin uses his forehand as his weapon. It's where he uses to try and control the court. So every time he's hitting the ball, his thought is, can I hit a shot which allows me to control the point? He's not necessarily trying to hit winners. He's trying to hit a good controlled ball using his legs and accelerating his racket head through the shot. Notice his feet stay in perpetual motion. Big key to tennis, with it moving as fast as it does today, is to keep your feet moving on every shot. You don't have time to spectate. What his goal should be, he wants to get a good coil, explode with his legs to every ball, to get a little drop with his knees. Today's modern game, played on hard courts, is played mostly with two-handed backhands. We're going to work with some of the students today on the fundamentals of what it takes to hit a successful two-handed backhand. The very first thing that I want you to do is to step off with your left foot and pull your racket around. Then I want to see your feet move into position, strike the ball, and finish in what I call tick-tock position. Where's tick-tock? You know where tick-tock is? Swing through and tick-tock all the way up like you have a watch on this wrist, which you used to have. It looks like you got a little tan line. Okay, listen to your watch up by your ear and the racket head all the way down your back. Okay. Everything in a nice clean line. Here we go. Rotate, ready, hit, good. Drive through, good. And again, good. One thing that Amanda has is her grip with her left hand is a little more Western than what we like it. It's something that we work on. Hey, hit, good. What's that? Recovery step. Step through it. That's it. Finish. Good. Don't step forward, step up. Good. Early preparation is key to being able to handle the speed at which this game moves today. By having her racket back and ready early, she can take a ball almost as soon as it bounces. Good. And one more. Step through it. Good. Roland's been working a lot on his two-handed backhand. Let's take a look at what he's managed to accomplish. Here, rotate, snap, and throw. And all the way through. Nice clean line. Good. Nice balanced position at the finish of every stroke. Next phase, which we haven't done with Roland yet, is to get that left foot to step through as he finishes his stroke so that he's not stepping back but stepping through as he finishes. There, and step up with that left foot when you finish, Ruff. There, hit and step up, good. And ready to sprint forward if you hit a great ball. Good, that's what we're looking for. One more time. Lisa's working on the most advanced stages of what we do with backhands. Let's take a look and see what she does. Lisa has down the fundamentals of her backhand. What we're working on in the advanced stages is cleaning up around the rough edges so that she doesn't miss-hit quite so many balls. What she's going to do looks like everything, what everyone else has done. The only difference is she's really concentrating on, after she makes contact, making sure the tip of her racket extends all the way to where her target is, and then she pulls the racket straight back from there. Her footwork, how she steps through with that left foot at the end of every stroke, which allows her to push back into the court and explode back to the next ball very quickly. All of the things are the same. Early racket head preparation, acceleration through the ball, finishing all the way down her back. Good, Lise. Again. Good. Give me 3 more. Good. 2 more. Good. Last ball. You got to make the last one. Good shot. When learning to volley, the key things to work on are your stance, making sure that you are low enough and that your racket is directly out in front. Your first movement, which is to the ball, and making sure that you press the head of the racket all the way through your shot. Now that you've learned how to hit booming serves and great big ground strokes that put your opponents in trouble, you need to know how to finish the point. The easiest way to finish the point is with a volley. Kevin's working with a couple of students now. Let's take a look. The key to hitting successful volleys is to have a low stance at the net, to keep your racket out in front, not take a great big swing, but more of a compact punch right through the ball. And you always want to be moving. You always want to move. Jonathan always going with his opposite foot. You want to step when hitting a forehand volley as a right-handed person. You want to step with your left foot to the ball. That when hitting a backhand volley, you want to step with your right foot to the ball. You notice Jonathan keeps moving forward, which allows him to be in a more aggressive position as he hits each consecutive ball. That you don't want to get caught standing at the service line and just hit the ball and stay there. You want to hit it and then move forward, keep closing in, put more pressure on your opponent. You can see tennis is definitely a game of movement, so having your movement skills honed to a sharp edge is key to being successful. Volleys also tend to be the last thing to come around in most players' games. That we generally tend to hit serves and ground strokes and play from there. And then once you've managed to master that, you work on moving forward in the court and being able to finish points. This is a more advanced skill, but it's also possible to work on volleys from a basic static position where you can do it and toss the balls to the kids yourself. Both of these players enjoy coming forward in the court and look to finish points at the net. It's a game that takes a little longer to develop, but they're looking forward to playing collegiate tennis where you have to play both singles and doubles, and volleying is a very necessary skill. thanks for coming out today. We've demonstrated the fundamentals of what it will take for your child to become a champion. That the next step is to get out and toss a lot of balls and to work really hard. And your child might be that 1 in a million that could make it. I would say that 1 in a million is pretty good odds, considering 900,000 people will probably choose not to take those odds. So it's down to 1 in 100,000. Your child could be that one. Work hard. We look to see you on the court.